Nature's wonders await you in places where the land speaks and the skies tell stories. From towering cliffs to ancient woods, here is where Earth reveals its true colors. But which of these gorgeous parks stands above the rest? We count down the top 10 gorgeous national parks in the United States. Each has its own particular character, including spectacular scenery, unusual fauna, and remarkable experiences. Stay tuned as we unveil some of the most stunning sceneries that can leave one utterly speechless, and then find out which park will claim the top spot. The 10th stop on our journey takes us to Joshua Tree National Park in California. This desert paradise is famous for its unique scenery, with the famous Joshua trees that have been twisted and molded to many shapes by the strong winds of the desert. Within the park, you'll find two separate desert ecosystems, the Mojave and the Colorado, each with their own flora and wildlife. Begin in Hidden Valley, a natural rock-enclosed location full of history where rustlers used to hide their purloined herds of cattle. Another must-see is the Chala Cactus Garden, where hundreds of Chala cactus light up early morning to create an otherworldly scene. Joshua Tree offers some of the nation's best unobstructed stargazing experiences for the joy of people who like the night sky away from the bright lights. Do take a hike to Keys View at the end of your stay for sweeping views that extend all the way out to Salton Sea and Coachella Valley. It is the perfect getaway for any traveler looking to delve into a unique desert experience with adventure and seclusion combined. Coming in at number 9 is Montana's Glacier National Park, an adventure freaks and nature lovers' paradise. Known as the crown of the continent, this park is spread across more than 1 million acres of pristine glacial lakes, old-growth woods, and rocky mountains. Start your visit to Glacier National Park with a 50-mile drive on the Going to the Sun Road, a self-described engineering feat that wends its way through the park to deliver to lower valleys and peaks. Stop at Logan Pass, the highest point on the road and the gateway to many walks, including the Hidden Lake Trail that takes you within sighting distance of mountain goats, before opening onto breathtaking views of the lake below. If you want to know more about the glacial past of the park, pay a visit to Grinnell Glacier for an up-close view of one of the surviving glaciers in the park. The largest lake in the park, Lake McDonald, features beautiful waters, great for kayaking, fishing, or even lounging on the beach. This national park is equally home to a number of animal species, hence very popular with wildlife enthusiasts. Some of these animal species are the wolf, lynx, and grizzly bear. Ranked at number 8 is Olympic National Park in Washington State, is one of the country's most diverse landscapes. More than 1 million acres include towering mountain peaks, wild, rugged Pacific coastlines, and the densest of temperate rainforests. Start at the Hoh Rainforest, where a canopy of ferns and moss bridge enormous trees for a virtual primordial environment. This quick, short haul of Moss's Trail lets you get a glimpse of the otherworldly beauty of this ancient forest. Next, cruise to the coast to Meander Rialto Beach, featuring tide pools overflowing with colorful sea life and picturesque sea stacks dramatically rising out of the surf. Drive up to Hurricane Ridge for panoramic views of the Olympic Mountains sweeping down to the sea, with Canada visible across the Strait of Juan de Fuca on clear days. Be sure to stop at Lake Crescent, a pristine, glacier-carved lake perfect for kayaking or a quiet picnic in the afternoon. Of course, what really makes this area such an unusual attraction is precisely its variety, unmatched in Olympic National Park. At number 7 is Utah's Arches National Park, which houses the world's densest concentration of naturally occurring stone arches. Truly a red rock paradise, it has more than 2,000 naturally occurring stone arches, one of them being the famous Delicate Arch, a representation of Utah. Begin at the Windows section, the largest and easiest accessed arches in the park. From here, it's a short walk to both the north and south windows and the turret arch. A maze of steep rock walls and small valleys, the fiery furnace provides a challenging but rewarding climb for the adventurous. A permit or guided tour is required. Another one of the more notable features is Balanced Rock itself, a large rock perched precariously on top of a small pedestal, defying gravity. There's plenty of other options in arches, especially during the golden hours at dawn and dusk when the red rocks cast an unreal reddish glow. Anyone who is into geology or photography or simply the grandeur of the American Southwest should visit Arches National Park. The sixth position belongs to Yellowstone National Park, the oldest of the country's national parks and one of the places on Earth where naked, raw power of the planet seems to burst forth. Some of the geothermal features include geysers, hot springs, mud pots, and fumaroles, through which Yellowstone earned international fame. Old Faithful, perhaps the world's best-known geyser, spews steamy water skyward with impressive regularity. Within the park lies the country's largest hot spring, the Grand Prismatic Spring, very famous for its bright colors ranging from deep blue to blazing orange. The excursion to the huge volcanic crater, better known as the Yellowstone caldera, could bring insight to geology enthusiasts on the flaming beginnings of the park. Coupled with such geothermal wonders, Yellowstone is home to its Grand Canyon, with its stomach-churning lower falls, as the Yellowstone River plummets over it. Herds of bison, elk, wolves, and bears are among many species that could be seen roaming the vast meadows and forests in the park. The Lamar Valley, especially during early morning and evening hours, will afford some of the best views of the park's animals for the brave. What makes Yellowstone so different from other places is an incredible combination of geothermal features, great scenic views, and plenty of wildlife. The fifth spot belongs to Utah's Zion National Park, with its dramatic red cliffs and slender valleys that seem to stretch on forever. You feel tiny as you follow the park's most famous hike, the Narrows, into a slot canyon, surrounded by cliffs 1,000 feet high above you, and you wade through the cold Virgin River. One of the more exhilarating treks in the country, Angel's Landing offers up a hairline ridge that leads to a viewpoint with commanding views of Zion Canyon. The park's terrain, in its totality, under a clear blue sky, is a study in contrast, from the emerald green pools along the river to the blazing red of the cliffs. Explore the lesser-known parts of the park, including Kolob Canyons, and enjoy Zion's stunning views without the crowds. Hiking in the park can also reward you with a large array of species, from golden eagles and bighorn sheep to mule deer. With its amazing scenery and heart-pounding terrain, Zion attracts many thrill seekers and nature lovers alike. The fourth most iconic site is Grand Canyon National Park in the state of Arizona. The Colorado River cut a mile-deep Grand Canyon over millions of years, exposing layers of red rock that record the evolution of Earth's geological past. From scenic drives along the south rim to the more extreme treks into the depths of the canyon, this park offers every option imaginable. If one finds a viewpoint within the park, of which there are many, from which to view either sunrise or sunset, one can better appreciate this at the time when the colors of the canyon change with every slight variation in light. If you are looking for adventure, then take a whitewater rafting trip down the Colorado River and see the canyon from a unique perspective. The Grand Canyon is also home to a variety of wildlife, including the California condor, bighorn sheep, and elk, which can often be seen along the rim. Add its size and beauty, and the Grand Canyon becomes a must-visit spot for any nature lover. Coming in at number 3, Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park is simply sensational views to satisfy any nature lover. The Continental Divide cuts right through the middle of the park and creates two different temperatures and habitats. Begin by taking a drive up the Trail Ridge Route, the highest paved continuous route in North America, with its breathtaking vistas of snow-capped peaks and extensive alpine meadows. For the hiker, there are some 350 miles of trails ranging from easy ambles around the lakes, Bear Lake and Sprague Lake, to demanding climbs up Long's Peak, the highest point in the state. In autumn, the aspens of the park turn a brilliant gold in stunning contrast with the blue sky and rocky peaks. Meadows often see elk, moose, and black bears meandering through the woodlands or grazing. The Rocky Mountain National Park offers a wonderful mountain experience by simply driving around on the beautiful park roads or hiking the numerous trails. Ranked at number 2 is California's amazing natural beauty that is Yosemite National Park. It has been an inspiration to artists and many other wanderers for years. This park is best known for its towering granite walls, particularly those of El Capitan and Half Dome. They are a haven for rock climbers who come from every corner of the globe. One also cannot fail to note the Yosemite Falls, which forms one of the highest waterfalls in North America. This is especially during spring when the falls are at their peak force. Its Mariposa Grove contains an estimated 500 giant sequoias, many of which are among the tallest and oldest trees in the world, an experience beyond words when one walks among them. Then there's Yosemite Valley, the heart of the park, with many of its most famous features and activities like hiking, rock climbing, taking pictures, or painting. Don't miss Glacier Point, a view that includes one of the most iconic vistas in the park. Half Dome rises magnificently above the valley floor, towering cliffs, tumbling waterfalls, and huge sequoias. Yosemite is one of the world's greatest wonders. Finally, Acadia National Park in Maine combines the rocky New England coast with woodland serenity. It is among the most visited national parks in the United States, and quite rightfully so. Start your day off at Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the East Coast, where you will get to be among the first to witness a sunrise. The miles of carriage roads in this park were devised by John D. Rockefeller Jr. for relaxed strolling, bicycling, or horseback riding, all offering breathtaking vistas around every turn. From the coastline, Acadia shows off as dramatic miles of granite cliffs and sandy beaches, with attractions pertaining to the geology of the area like Thunder Hole, where waves crash into a narrow entrance with a resounding dun. In fall, the trees at the park light up a landscape ablaze with brilliant reds, oranges, and yellows. Or take a walk on one of the many hiking trails in the park. They range from easy ambles along the ocean to more challenging ascents up steep peaks. It is the melding of coastline beauty, wood quiet, and mountain vistas that brings out the ideal location for nature lovers at Acadia. Clearly, from these top 10 national parks, it cannot be denied that the United States is home to some of the most awesome natural scenes globally. What makes each of these parks different is its set of attractions and experiences. Views that cannot be described by words alone, historic sites, varied ecosystems, and plentiful animals. These parks call for exploration, learning, and inspiration in their splendor. So, which one are you going to choose for your next journey?